The demand for it was much, they wanted more. They wanted more for the risk. Yeah, it appears to be that the professionals also are a little confounded as to what it means to raise interest rates as well.
Yeah,
because it's
what's going
not
on?
going as
What's happening?
it's kind of not going to plan. So there are a lot of theories behind it. So you keep hearing about these long and variable lags as to the effect of the interest rate policy that the Federal Reserve has been doing, and some of the thoughts are that we just had too much cash out there from the stimulus checks. But then again, there's also some consideration that the consumer, the U.S. consumer, has pretty much locked in all of their long-term spending, with the exceptions of the new people, the new households being created. Because if you hadn't refinanced your existing mortgage 3% or some cases sub 3%, that was just poor planning, and maybe those are the people that end up having to sell, I guess. But ultimately, maybe interest rate sensitivity is not what it used to be, because people have locked in those long-term rates and people don't have to move. It used to be that you would have to move for a new job if you lost your old job, but now everyone is pretty much okay to stay where they're at, and no one seems to be as adventurous to leave when you're going to have to, half your size or double your check to live in a place. So, that's causing no small amount of concern. And when you take a look at the 30-year Treasury, and I don't know what it filled exactly. I think it was like in the high fours, but it was higher than it was actually trading at, which means that, the demand for it was much. They wanted more. They wanted more for the risk. Let's see if I can find it here. But it's pretty worrying, because the dealers are not going to do this again next month after getting stuck with these rates. The U.S. Treasury auction off $24 billion of 30-year bonds at a high yield of 4.769, which was higher than the yield was at the time. So it's troubling, because the things that the tools that the Federal Reserve had before to use to try to slow down inflation don't seem to be working. And even when everybody says don't fight the Fed, they're fighting the Fed. Everyone's fighting the Fed. If you're expecting stocks to go up and you're willing to pay 30% higher for my coffee than it was about a month ago.
Is it really?
It really is, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But it's not happened. It's not helping. Inflation is still here. Inflation is still high, and they're going to keep raising rates, and that ultimately is going to hurt the companies that are actually borrowing, as opposed to the end user that they're supposed to be telling to stop spending.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.